Hey everyone. So before we start heading out to Christmas, because we're so close to Christmas break, we usually take a few minutes and have the kids help us clean our classroom and get things ready for the new year. Well, the same goes with your online classroom, your Google Classroom. It's very important before you leave for Christmas break to make sure that everything is cleaned out, no matter in your classroom or virtual classroom. So, we're going to go over a few things right now on how you can get things cleaned up so when you come back in January, you are fresh and new in 22. Okay, so here is my Google Classrooms. I have a lot of classrooms that I'm either hosting or that I'm a part of. And I'm just going to kind of show you just a little bit here. When you are a student, they go to the to-do list and it has all of their classes listed and all the assignments they have to get done to do. And so that kind of gives them the, okay, what do I need to get done? Well, as teachers, our to-do list is going to be a lot smaller, if anything, in there. Where we're going to have a lot of stuff is at the to review. Okay, because this is where all of the assignments that we have sent out to students, that's going to be the list there that tells us like what is all there and what we still need to review and everything. So here's where the fun time comes in. A lot of teachers will go, well, I put in the grade book, it's fine, it's returned, everything's fine. Well, then that should make this job a lot easier because to review, it's kind of like your agenda to kind of like tell you, hey, don't forget you had this assignment. Is it good? Are you done with it? If you are done with it, you can just click to the little three dots, and you can mark it as reviewed, and then it's going to take it off your to-do list or to review list, okay? So if you're not done with it, you can then click on the assignment, go back and grade, go and send out information to the kids and comments and so forth. Then you can send it off and mark as reviewed. But if you've put all the grades in and your comments are done and everything, your job is way easy. All you have to do is just mark all these as reviewed. See how I kind of got a little backed up over the 12 days of Christmas with the three classes? So I need to go in and mark them as reviewed. So that way, when I come back in January, I'll have a blank canvas. Everything will be ready to go for the new semester. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is to make sure you've graded and returned all your work. Just kind of that with the to-do part, but just make sure everything is done in your grade book. Make sure if it's an accidental zero, make sure you've changed that and all that good jazz. The next tip is to, if it's only a semester long, so for example, I'm going to use, I know ninth grade government is one semester. If your class ends in a semester, make sure to archive the class. Okay, don't delete it. Don't ever delete a Google Classroom, but you need to archive the class. How do I do that and why? Let me tell you. So if I'm going to click on the Tech Tuesday high school class and I click on the information here, what I'm going to do is I can scroll down and I can archive my class. Okay, that way you can go back later to check something, or if a student comes back in January and says, hey, I turned that thing in and it lowered my grade, you can always go back and open up that classroom again. But once you delete something, it's deleted permanently, and we don't want to do that. You always just want to archive your classroom. Okay, so if it's a semester-long class, definitely archive your classroom. All right, speaking of organizing for this semester in your Google Classroom, let's talk topics. Okay, some teachers, like me, we love topics. I think it just gives it a nice, orderly fashion. There's different ways you can do topics. You can do them by week, give like the actual date at the top of where the topic is, and all the assignments that you have for the week are under that topic. Some people, like me, I have themes or headers of like the 12 days of technology, websites, and subscriptions. If I was going to be doing an English class, I may have like the hatchet or grammar or whatever. And so you have that resources to look to help guide information, all those things. Well, here's the deal. At the end of the semester, you may not need to have the 12 days of technology like this one. So if I was a teacher, I could go in, press the three little dots, and rename this. So instead of completely changing the name, what you could do is you could put like first semester, 12 days of Christmas. And I can rename that. So that way I can see, okay, that's a first semester topic. Okay. What I can also do is I can take this and I can then drag it down to the bottom. Okay, that way it's out of sight, out of mind, and then I can create a new topic that I'm going to need for January and keep the new topics at the top, but I still have all the older topics at the bottom in case we ever need to refer back to them. Okay, so that's a way to kind of keep your topics organized so that way the things that they need to know in the second semester when we come back in January at the top, fresh and new, and everything that is the old semester is down at the bottom where they can still use it and refer back to. It's not deleted, it's just moved down so it's out of sight, out of mind for a little bit. Okay, next part. All right, so here's the deal. Not only do we need to get our stuff cleaned up, but we probably need to show our students how to do that as well, right? We want them to come in with a clean slate just like we are. All right, so this is our final cleanup Google Classroom, is to teach your students. We've talked this semester in Tech Tip Tuesday of how to make folders, how to connect everything. So like if I had like third grade right here, I have all my folders here with all of my links and resources and so forth. They can do that too. Look up here. I have my high school Google Classroom link right here. Your students can do that too. So take a few minutes to kind of show them how to do that and have that as maybe a welcome back day for the introduction for the new semester or before the finals. Hey, let's get organized before finals. It's whatever works for you. But wouldn't it feel great to have your students be organized, clean, and refreshed in their Google Classroom just like you're going to be for new in 22? All right, those are just a few little tips for Tech Tip Tuesday and cleaning your Google Classroom, your virtual classroom, ready for Christmas break. Have a great day, guys.